Hello, welcome to TopBin TV, and this is our review of Game Week 3. So to start off with, big one, predictions. Okay, so the way we're scoring this, we'll get 1 point if we get the correct result, so whichever team won, and we'll get 3 points if we get the correct score. So let's see how we do. Wolves, Man City.
4-1 we both predicted. That went well.
Yeah. Score 1-1, so unfortunately we're not picking up any points
Nil
there.
qua.
Absolute fat zero. Now, Arsenal, West Ham. This is a good one. Now, James over here predicted 3-0. Score?
I wanted 3-1.
Score was 3-1. I predicted 3-1. So big fat 3 for me. Kick-started. So 3 for me and 1 for James.
Disgusting.
Moving on now, Bournemouth, Everton.
Now here's where it gets interesting. As Alden predicted 2-1, the game ended 2-2. I predicted 2-2.
It's a big fat 3. Big 3-pointer for James there coming back into it. So that's 4-3 to James, moving down. Huddersfield, Cardiff, 0-0. Now, we both predicted the same result of 1-0. However, you got a bit of a story about this one.
Yeah, I think I said on the previous video, I wanted 0-0, but Adam talked me out of it. I said 1-0 as well to Huddersfield.
So we both pick up a nice big 0 there. Thanks for my great talking about that. Moving on, Southampton, Leicester. Now, this ended 2-1 to Leicester. And we both got this very wrong, to be honest. James predicted 2-0 to Southampton. I predicted 0-0. So, yeah, that was not a good day for us at the office. Although, my defence, last-minute winner, could have been a draw. Could have been close, but no. So, big 0 point. So, still 4-3. Now, Liverpool, Brighton. Both got the right result here, but we were miles off on the goals.
Well, I did say it was going to be nice to Brighton. I thought 3-0 was going to be nice, but they sat back for about 85 minutes. Didn't let us score, other than literally the 1 goal.
So, yeah, James predicted 3-0.
And all our strikers had gone off by then, so...
I predicted 4-0, and it ended 1-0. So, nice 1 point each. So, we're still looking at, what's that now? It's 5-4.
Yeah,
5-4.
5 to me, 4-2, Adam.
Right, moving on. Watford Palace. Now, this game ended 2-1. Good game, actually. Really good game, if anyone watched it. We'll be reviewing it later in this episode. But to start off with, just to go through our predictions. James?
I predicted 3-0 to Watford.
3-0 to Watford.
I think that was after watching Palace, though they didn't look very good against Liverpool, in fairness.
No, they performed much better this game. And
Yeah,
I predicted 2-0 to Watford, so still just 1 point each. If
You're only 1 goal off, though.
If Zaha hadn't scored that last minute goal, would have been rolling in it, unfortunately. Now, Fulham v Burnley. Now, what an absolute game this was. Game of the weekend, probably by far.
And of course it wasn't on TV.
Obviously, no, the wrong game was advertised, as always, in the end. But no, for this game, I predicted 2-1, and obviously it ended 4-2, so, halfway there.
I predicted 2-0.
So both got the right result. Both thought Fulham would win. So yeah, 1 point each. So we'll share the spoils there. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 6, 7. We're 7-6 to James at the moment, moving in. Now, we're looking at Chelsea v Newcastle. What?
I predicted 2-2.
What a shame for James, because, at the end of the day, he's predicted 2-2. It ended 2-1, and I've predicted 3-2.
Bloody Yedlin, if you didn't fucking score an own goal.
So moving on to our final prediction, we have United v Spurs, which has ended 3-0 to Spurs. What did you predict for that game?
2-1.
2-1, and I predicted 3-1. So it looks like we're sharing the points at 1-1, which means we're ending it on 8 points each, which is pretty good going, actually. And that means we've got 6 correct results in overall out of 10. So not a bad first effort, 6 out of 10 for both of us. We'll take that. The only games we actually didn't get right between us were
Huddersfield and Cardiff both predicted 1-0.
Wolves City and Southampton Leicester.
Yeah.
So, overall between us 7 out of 10. I think not too bad that is, first effort. So yeah. No, so at the end of week 1 for our overall little challenge, it's 8-all, so all even.
All even.
Moving into the next week. Right, so quickly, this is the running order that we're going to go through the games for tonight. So we're going to start with Wolves versus Man City.
Arsenal versus West Ham.
Bournemouth Everton.
Huddersfield Cardiff.
Southampton v Leicester.
Liverpool Brighton.
Watford versus Palace.
Newcastle Chelsea.
United v Spurs.
And Burnley Fulham.
Our game of the day.
Yes. Our first game of the weekend is Wolves Man City. Ended 1-1. Very, very good game. Not like a normal team that's just got promoted against the Premier League champions. They didn't sit back. They didn't soak up any pressure. They went for it. It was like watching Liverpool, but with not as good as the side.
Got to compare it to Liverpool. Always compare it.
Well, the only team who's done anything against City is Liverpool.
Yeah, last year.
And Wolves last year as well. In fairness to them, but they didn't sit back. They went for it. They wanted goals because that's the way they play. They didn't change the play style for Manchester City. So it's a good point for Wolves in the grand scheme of things, in my opinion.
No, I completely agree. As Nuno said in his press conference, they didn't change, they just adapted their system slightly. And what you saw with that 5-back was their two wingers, they played a bit narrower, but they still played quite high. They were trying to win the ball back quite high up the pitch and hit City on a quick counter-attack. And City, to be fair to them, I thought they were very sloppy in possession, giving simple 5-10 yard passes away. I'm sure Guardiola will be absolutely fuming about that, as he loves keeping possession, loves keeping the ball, hates it when they lose it, because at the end of the day in football, if you lose the ball, the opposition can score. If you've got it, you're not going to concede goals. But yeah, really good point for Wolves. Thought they played really well, really encouraging, but City, sloppy, but still managed to get a point. And I think, grand scheme of things, that could be a very tough place to go this year. So could prove to be a very good point.
The goal was dodgy as well.
It was handball,
blatant handball.
Blatant handball. So got away with it a bit, but good character again from City after all that to come back. Definitely. So not a bad point for them.
I question their defence, but they were resolute in fairness to them. Patricio played a cracking game, so I was mad save against Sterling.
No, so I think
top corner.
With him and Bolly, I'd say tough decision for man of the match between those two. Bolly was outstanding as well, but obviously handled it in. But Patricio
Sane was shocking.
Sane was terrible, wasn't he? God,
yeah, I was in my fantasy team.
You can see why he's not starting at the moment.
Yeah,
safe to
really
say.
can.
Safe to say, put it that way. But yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, really good point for Wolves and City. Things to work on the training ground.
Yeah.
The next game we're going to cover now is Arsenal versus West Ham, which obviously ended in 3-1 victory for Arsenal. Emery's first win.
Big relegation battle as well.
Huge relegation battle. West Ham now 20th. Arsenal just moving up slightly. But yeah, so what do you think about this game? How do you think it went?
I think it went how we all thought, really. I thought West Ham, as I said, when they played us, they attacked very well. They just couldn't get a goal. This time, Arsenal's defence a bit weaker. Of course, they got a goal in for Arnautovic. I thought Felipe Anderson was fantastic. They direct, ran at them, just dribbled. He can create stuff. And that's what he did for Arnautovic's goal. He wasn't scared to go out their defence. And Arsenal's fullbacks were miles too far forward in comparison to their midfield, who were not covering the centre-backs at all. So it gave West Ham the opportunity with their pace and their team just to go at them.
Oh, completely. The space in the pockets were ridiculous. In behind both fullbacks either side, Anderson had 40, 50. You'd see him carrying the ball 50 yards sometimes.
Well, he did for the goal, didn't he?
Yeah, and he's carrying it right towards your opposition box. You don't want that as a manager. You don't want the opposition wingers and the most creative players picking the ball up around the halfway line and running towards your box directly without getting challenged. I mean, absolutely suicidal at times from Arsenal, but again, big win for them. Emery's first. I thought Ramsey, for me, man of the match for Arsenal, definitely.
Yep.
Put himself about. Obviously, didn't get a goal, didn't get an assist, really, but he put himself about really well, made some good tackles, good dribbles, good touches. He was likely to link the play really well. And is he putting pressure on Mesut Ozil, that number 10 slot?
Well, he's got a cold, hasn't he? He's got
a big cold. Terrible cold.
How long it can last for?
British summer. I mean, it's really, really interesting.
It's an entertaining game, though, because you have 30 shots together.
Exactly,
So,
it was end-to-end. It wasn't as one-sided as the 3-1 suggested. Arnautovic had a couple of chances in the second half where he really could have put the game to bed, but no, in the end, superior finishing from Arsenal.
The second goal was a own goal, and the last one was just a last-minute goal from Welbeck when everyone was going forward for West Ham.
Exactly.
So it's not what you think, really, if you watch the game.
Arsenal, to be fair to them, I'll give them a bit of praise. I mean, the fullbacks, attacking-wise, were brilliant. Bellerin was always an option, getting in behind, putting some dangerous balls, but they've got to work on that balance defensively because they can't leave themselves that open against the top sides.
Well, we think Lacazette changed the game completely.
Yeah, 100%.
He came on, and then Aubameyang played out wide. He's struggling for goals. He played kind of a Diego Costa role at Atletico Madrid. Right-hand side striker, playing on the left, cut inside, he can finish it. So, good win, very good win for Arsenal. Needed it, Emery's first win, and yeah, we'll see what they can do. See what West Ham can do. They're in trouble.
Not a great start, but hopefully next game against Wolves, big game at home. So see what happens there.
See what happens.
Now moving on to probably the second best game of the weekend for entertainment, definitely Bournemouth-Everton. So this game ended 2-2, and we're going to coin this the Game of Reds. Quite simply, for the two big talking points in the game, 2 red cards.
Yeah, one was a red card, one wasn't. Richarlison, absolutely stupid. You know, someone comes up to you, don't headbutt them, no matter how soft it is.
Exactly.
A headbutt's a headbutt.
Don't
do it.
Very, very naive from a young lad there. Showing that he's still a very young lad and he's got a lot to learn about this game.
Definitely.
Very much. Very clever from the Bournemouth lads. I know, rattled him up a bit. He's a bit of an aggressive temperament, to be fair. He's got a bit of a streak in him, but, all the best players have that, but he's got to learn to control that if he's going to really improve on. After his firing start to the season, it's the last thing he needed to do.
Yeah.
And ruined a lot of people's fantasy as well.
Not
to
mine.
top up. Now the other one, Bournemouth, Smith,
Not a red.
very unlucky.
No, not a red card.
I mean, he's pulled him back, but he's got so far to go and to do to get a good chance.
It's not a goal scoring opportunity in my opinion.
Not clear. I mean, even Walcott in the press conference after, when you listen to him, he was surprised it was a red card.
He was,
to be
wasn't he?
honest. It wasn't even much contact. It was just a little tug. It wasn't much. They were almost side to side. So
Do you think it'll get rescinded?
could do. I think it will. I don't think they'll have to, Bournemouth. You'll have to worry about that. But then moving on to the actual game itself. I mean, Theo Walcott.
Pure entertainment.
Yeah, pure entertainment. I think Walcott, man of the match for me.
He's playing well.
Playing really well. Good goal again.
Silver.
Constantly causing a problem and a threat down that right side. I mean, we all know he's got blistering pace.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I was still surprised Arsenal let him go.
Yeah,
I mean,
the year before they let him go, he scored 19 goals.
He's always been
He's never been liked that much from
No.
Arsenal. It's strange.
really strange. You've got a winger with pace. He can play down the middle if you need him to. Scores goals. Knows where the net is. You never see him struggling in front of goal that much. He always returns 10 plus really a season.
He's always offside, that's why.
Always offside. He's too quick, but he's still got that pace, and he's going to cause them a threat. Especially with Richarlison out now, he's going to be key for Everton. I think over the next few games. But great character from Bournemouth to bring it back.
Yeah, 2-0 down, made it 2-2. Josh King with a penalty. And what was the last goal again? It was
a goal header. Ake.
Nathan Ake, yes,
in
in the corner. So Ake has scored a last-minute goal against another Scouts team
Yet again.
to ruin their day.
Okay, 5 minutes of madness basically after the second red, and it was absolute madness in that game.
Brilliant game though.
Really good from Bournemouth.
28 shots in the game. Again, pure football. Eddie Howe versus Marco Silva. Brazil versus England. Brightest young managers
Exactly.
in each country.
Exactly.
You know, they're showing quality right there.
And
They
both
could tighten up at the back though.
and both maintaining the unbeaten starts. So
Yep.
win for both.
Both on 7 points, are they?
No, Bournemouth 7, Everton on 5.
Okay.
2 draws and a win.
Alright.
And 2 red cards in 3, so you'd be worried about that.
Who got
wouldn't
the
you?
red card?
It was Jagielka first game.
Oh, the
Wolves.
first game. That wasn't a red card.
No,
That was harsh.
bit harsh, but
Oh,
yeah.
well.
Oh well,
No.
2 men out now, so yeah, moving forward. Looking positive for both of them though. A lot of good things, creating chances, so yeah.
Yeah,
Things looking bright for both teams.
definitely. Okay, then from the game of reds to the game of 1 red, and that was about it really. Huddersfield Cardiff 0-0.
God, yeah, no, what a game this was to watch. What a spectacle for the fans in attendance. Not much to say about this game really. Both teams really lacking creativity, lacking goals, and it was very evident in the game. Only a couple of shots on target between them. Not many saves for the keepers. And even once Cardiff, playing against 10 men with Hogg getting sent off 63 minutes, still didn't create many chances. There's that one header at the end with Morrison, free header in the box, but apart from that, they worked the keeper once or twice, but really struggling to break teams down.
Yeah. I mean, Cardiff will take this point. I don't think they expected to win.
No.
I think with 10 men, I think they could have, a bit like Wolves against Everton, I think they could have gone on to try and get something, but it just didn't happen.
No, I mean, they did. Warnock, to be fair to him, brought on 2 strikers, but you could tell there was no creativity in behind them. They were just trying to play it into the box all the time, and there was nobody there to try and open it up and play that pass. And it was a bit of a disappointing game, really, to be honest. I mean, both just about tipped Huddersfield to win it 1-0. We thought it'd be tight, and well, they obviously showed, because I mean, even with 10 men, Huddersfield did well to hang on for a point. Most teams in the Premier League, once they go down to 10, usually can fold, especially when not got that much talent. But no, good enough defensive display from them. But Huddersfield will be disappointed. They'll see this as a great 3 points chance and a nice way of putting a bit of gap between them and some of the bottom sides.
Well, they've got their first point now. Cardiff are on 2. They're struggling.
Very much struggling. Cardiff still the only team not to score in all divisions.
No.
See where the problem is instantly.
Yeah.
Can't score enough goals, and I think that's going to be their problem. Will they overtake Derby's record?
Oh, what was that? 7?
Lowest points or lowest
How many
goals?
points was that? 17?
I think it was 17, but lowest goals as well. I think lowest goals scored, I think, as well.
It was like Robbie Savage in that team, wasn't it?
Oh God, there we go. Says it all.
Says it all. Yeah.
Can they defeat that record? Well, we'll live
see.
to find out. We'll live to find out. Hopefully for Cardiff fans, not. But the rate they're going,
Well, you say that, really. They've got more points than Huddersfield, so...
more points in Huddersfield, but no goals.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. You'd rather have the goals.
Yeah.
Next game of the weekend, we had Southampton entertaining Leicester at St Mary's, and ended 2-1 to Leicester. Nice last-minute goal from our good old man Slabhead.
Slabhead.
Brilliant from him again. But first of all, we've got to talk about
Gerrard.
Slabhead Gerrard. First of all, though, we've got to talk about the one main thing. What was Højbjerg doing? Why was he dead fishing in the box when he had a chance to score?
Idea.
Talk to me.
Well, he's going shoulder to shoulder with the lad. He's just thought, you know what, I'm going to try and win a penalty here. And he just dies on the floor. It's so obvious. He's nowhere near the defender.
No, I mean, the defender that's come in that he thinks has made contact with him, or he's trying to con. He's run towards him and then he's put his hands up and he's stopped. and he's stopped running, and he's still gone down, he's stiffed his legs. The referees just looked at him and thought, you must be kidding me. Sent him straight off. Deserved second yellow. You can't really complain. I don't know what Mark Hughes is complaining about on the touchline.
That's Mark Hughes always complains.
Exactly.
Oh, Bertrand's goal, though.
Bertrand's goal.
First time top corner goal of the season at the moment for me.
I don't know. I think there's one later on in the show that might rival it for Fulham.
Okay.
But for now, it's up there. It's in the top 3, I think, definitely. But no, the man of the moment, Harry Maguire, showing his class once again for the club as well as country now. I mean, what more can you say about him? Old Slavhead.
I'm glad Man United didn't get him.
So glad. If for you other top 6 fans, Liverpool and everyone else, you should be glad that United didn't splash out the cash on this boy, because this boy can play.
He can.
He's a serious footballer. Not just his defending. I mean, obviously he's a big lad, 6'4".
Yeah.
Defends the box well. All the sort of defending.
Pass as well.
But yeah, it's his passing and his dribbling. I can't get over how composed he is on the ball for a big guy. It's like talking about Crouch all over again.
Some say he's got great feet for a big man.
You'll be hearing that a lot with Maguire. I mean, and honestly, it's a great strike as well. You wouldn't have thought he was a centre half the way he took it. I mean, taking it on from that sort of distance when you got men in the box, serious confidence as well. And seriously good from Leicester. It's really
like
good.
Hierro from Madrid.
Beckenbauer. I knew Beckenbauer. Harry Maguire. Well, nice to be mentioned in that bracket, but he's not quite there yet. But if he keeps going like the rate like this, he's probably going to be.
Well, in my opinion, he's performed better than Franz Beckenbauer ever did in the World Cup.
Just true. And is United a nation better than Beckenbauer ever did?
Exactly.
I think he's one player in this England team that's really neutralised opinion. I don't think anyone hates him.
No one dislikes him.
Absolutely, everyone loves him. And when you've got a player like that, he's going to be special.
After the World Cup, everyone's gone back to hating their rivals. Harry Maguire, no one cares.
No, everyone loves Harry Maguire. So
everyone loves Harry Maguire.
We're very delighted for him, and long may he keep continuing to do that for Leicester and for England.
And this Stoke fan here loves the fact that Mark Hughes lost again.
Yeah, I do. Absolutely love it. Southampton coming to the late kick-off on a Saturday. It was these boys, Liverpool, up against Brighton. So since you were there, I'll hand over to you. How was it?
Boring. Really, really boring. We expected a lot of goals from Liverpool. Didn't happen. It could have happened. We had a couple of chances. Firmino early on, about a 6-yard out header. Fantastic save from Matt Ryan. Probably most underrated keeper in the league. Maybe.
Up there. Not many people talk about him, but he's always been solid. Came from Valencia. Came from a big club.
He's not a tall lad, but he's athletic. He can get down easy.
Had a good World Cup as well.
Yeah,
I thought he performed well for Australia. So surprised people. Some people didn't take a punt on him, maybe, but no.
Definitely.
Good for Brighton to keep him. Very good for Brighton.
I think Naby Keita was pretty average for once. Sadio Mane was very poor. His passing was completely just off the radar.
Yeah. Let me down in fantasy, he did.
Yes, he did. And but Milner and Gini Wijnaldum bossed that midfield. Absolutely bossed it. You saw Gini Wijnaldum every time he get into a one-on-one against a defender, he just bully him off the ball. He even chucked it over some defender's head. No, I don't think he meant it. Not the point. But James Milner, absolutely everywhere. Every time we looked on the pitch, he was either centre mid, left wing striker, right wing. Right back, left back, it didn't matter. He was just absolutely everywhere.
Doesn't look old, does he?
He's not 32. He's got a body of 25-year-old James Milner has.
And the Twitter, and he's the greatest Twitter
Great
account
Twitter.
you can ever follow.
He's just outrageous, really. I mean, for the goal, he gave away the free kick about 25, 30 yards out in the corner over Brighton's box. Brighton took it short. Milner pressed him, tackled the lad, gave it to Firmino. Firmino passed it. Salah takes shots. Not the best finish, but Matt Ryan, thankfully, his height didn't really come to his advantage, and he tipped it onto the post and in, which I'll take every day.
So not the best performance, but comfortable win for Liverpool.
Yeah.
On to Brighton, just very quickly. Can't leave the Brighton fans out.
Allison's shit, by the way.
Yeah, don't want to turn this into one of those segments where you only talk about the big team.
Well, of course.
Got to say, Brighton, for all the things said about Liverpool there, they defended really well.
Really well, of course they did.
Looked really solid.
They weren't bad in the midfield either. They had Basuma, who I thought played a fantastic game.
No, they got a solid midfield with Gross, Perper.
Well, Gross came on late, which surprised me. I thought he'd started.
No, but they look really solid. I mean, the defence looks good. Cuton looks like they got them well drilled,
Yeah.
really well organised. To only concede one at Anfield, I can tell you it's a really good effort for them.
Yes.
Especially with the way they've started this season. And they'll only take confidence from that, knowing that they can keep teams out. And to be fair, from the last couple of minutes, they'd have a little bit of a threat on the break.
Well, they did. They had one cross from, I think it's Montoya. I can't remember. Crossed it into Gross. Last minute of the game, Alisson pulls an absolute worldie save.
So could have nicked it.
Kick-off after the second half kicked off. They had a chance for knockout. They created chances.
So could have scored as well.
They could have scored.
So for Brighton, I would be really optimistic for this season.
I wouldn't be disappointed at all.
I don't think they're going to be struggling near the bottom. I think mid-table finish for them comfortably this year. And Houghton looks like they got them really well drilled. So encouraging performance for Brighton, and obviously a good 3 points for Liverpool, top of the league. Can't complain.
I can't complain. Right now to the first game on Sunday, Watford versus Crystal Palace, London derby. It's always an half-decent game, and especially the way they're playing at the moment. Palace have a half-decent attack with Zaha and Townsend out wide. Watford have Pereira, Doucouré, Gray, Deeney's playing a bit more deeper now. And again, it was entertaining once again. First half, I thought Palace dominated really. Couple of good attempts. Ben Foster making multiple saves off Zaha.
Good signing.
Yeah, very good signing for West Brom. The Doucouré tackle. Should have seen red.
Should have seen red. I mean, blatantly obvious. He raked the back of Zaha's Achilles. I don't know how the referee's only giving him a yellow card, because he's obviously seen it if he's giving him a yellow, and you can't do that in the professional game. You can't go with your studs like that and rake down the back. And it affected Zaha. I didn't think for the next half an hour, 40 minutes or so, and throughout the rest of the first half and the start of the second half, he was very quiet. He was a bit reserved. I think it was really troubling him a little bit, because he was playing quite central and he was near Doucouré. But the big switch came when he...
Wait, was it quite? It was quite early, wasn't it? The tackle.
It was quite early.
Do you think the referee let him off just because of the time?
I don't know. I feel like it was maybe in his mind. He didn't want to have a really early sending off because he thought there might be headlines. But when you look at the back, he's got every right to send him off, and
of course he does.
Doesn't have to be afraid, even if it's that early, to just make the right decision. But at the end of the day, it helped in Watford's favour, keeping the 11 on the pitch, because obviously scored the 2 goals in the second half.
Brilliant goals.
2 really nice goals. Pereira, really good finish. He looks like he's starting this season really well. And Holebas, was it a cross? Was it a shot? Talk to me.
It was a shock because it went in.
Shock because it went in. Okay, here we go. Classic winger over it. That's what he says. Personally, think he was looking for the cross with the men in the box.
Of course, he was looking for a cross.
But you'll take that going in. But then Zaha, the nice switch Palace made actually, bringing Meyer on, moving Zaha out wide. Zaha looked very threatening down that left hand side.
They took off Schlupp.
I think it was Schlupp, and then they brought Zaha out wide and Meyer in the middle. And Max Meyer, a couple of really nice touches actually. I thought he's
a talented player, Max Meyer, but at Schalke he's kind of. He was highly tipped at Schalke, and it's just not worked out for him. He's not physical enough. He's not creative enough. Maybe in the Premier League, you never know.
Never know. I mean, he looked quite good. He's picked up some really nice areas in between the lines, and obviously got the assist for Zaha's goal, moving in between the space between the full-back and the centre-half and playing a lovely little layoff.
Well, I think maybe there's a lot of pressure on him. We're too young. Same Maxi Arnold for
Potentially. So this could be a time to flourish.
I think he's come to the right team.
I think he has as well. I think Palace and Hodgson, really good place for him. And good fight from Palace, and should have levelled at the end. Ward missing that header. Oh my God. You can't be missing those headers. Free header in the box that late. And Watford, again, impressive at times, but again at the back, last 15, 20 minutes, they conceded a lot of goals. They did last year, and it looks like they've still not got that curse away, because the last 20 minutes they were really hanging on. And that's probably one thing to worry about for Watford. Even though you got 3 out of 3, I'd be worried about that the defence, especially towards the end of the game when you're winning and you're just ahead, because it doesn't look solid enough yet.
It will come back to bite you.
It will come back. Take it. Now, moving on to one of the later kickoffs on Sunday, Newcastle versus Chelsea. Now, 2-1 win for Chelsea. Sarri ball, 3 out of 3, joint top of the league. Started very well. So, what did you think about this game?
Chelsea dominated. They just had the ball. What was it? 81% possession.
81% possession to Newcastle's 19 at Newcastle.
I think that was planned from Rafa. Because there's no Lascelles, and then there's obviously no Shelby to try and even control the game, as I thought would happen, as you saw in the previous video. And they were resolute. They were very resolute with Shaw, Federico Fernandez, and who else in centre back?
It was Clark, wasn't it?
Kieran Clark, yeah. So they gave it a good go. Obviously, the penalty, not a penalty.
It was very soft.
It was a good challenge from Shaw. He got the ball. Whatever, but
from the referee's angle, to be fair, it looked like a penalty from that angle. To be fair to him, it was a very hard one to call from his angle, but
this is why VAR is needed. In my opinion,
bring the VAR in.
And next goal, as to why VAR should be in, blatant elbow from Yedlin on Giroud.
Massive yellow. I mean, granted, Giroud's gone down and he's done the classic foreign.
He's made the most of it, but it's still an elbow.
Classic continental style rolling around, but he did get elbowed in the face, so you shouldn't be playing on from there. So yeah. Definitely a risky team, but good header.
Osloo, yeah, good.
Former Stoke boy, again, doing well in the Premier League, scoring goals.
So Yedlin was the hero then, up the Tyneside. Then he went from hero to zero, didn't he?
Very quickly, hero to zero. I think you'll find. Couldn't believe the own goal. I mean, it was a good ball into the box, and then won the second ball, won the header, knocked it back across, and then again that man Marcus Alonso. Always seems to be doing a lot
He
at
does.
the start of the season already. And
Yeah.
good start from under Sarri. Do you think he's another person who might thrive?
I think he will, because Sarri just plays attacking football.
He does, and he likes to get
He
forward.
likes to get forward.
But my main man for this game...
Oh, he won the penalty as well, didn't he?
He did. Good little bit of work. But my main man at the moment, after watching his first full game for Chelsea this season, Hazard.
Yeah.
I think this season, under this new style with Sarri, a lot of possession, a lot of ball. He's not going to be that far away from the goal a lot of the time like he was under Conte. He's going to be a lot further forward, picking up the ball around the edge of the area, in the area. And you saw with some of the dribbles and some of the chances he created during the game, he looks like he's going to be red hot in this system. And I can really see him being the real talisman this year for Chelsea.
I didn't think the midfield three was very good though. I don't like the trio of Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante. I don't think they're creative enough.
Something about it. I think they missed Fabregas.
Yeah, I think they missed that killer pass.
Yeah, Fabregas. I mean, he's a bit older now, but Kovacic has got more legs. But there's not many better passers than him in the Premier League still, even at his age. I mean, his record speaks for himself.
Thoughts on Newcastle then? Do you think they'll survive?
I think they will survive. I think they've got too much. I mean, even though they've played defensively, I mean, they've still scored, and they've kept them out really well, having reverted to a 5-back. You put Lascelles back in that defence, you bring Shelvey into midfield with that creativity, and obviously, did Kennedy start? I don't think Kennedy played.
No, because Chelsea is.
Because Chelsea, and you bring Kennedy back into that side as well. I think they should have too much for the drop.
Despite his bad game against Cardiff.
Yeah, despite that bad game.
He's played well.
Yeah, I think between them all, I think they've got goals. Rafa knows how to win games.
Yeah.
I think they'll be absolutely fine. I think another mid-table finish for them would be great.
Yep.
Final game, United Spurs. Both got a big smile on our face.
Lol.
So, final score 3-0 to Spurs. What do you make of it?
And I thought Lucas Moura was outstanding today.
I agree.
He was brilliant. He's floating behind Harry Kane, and he was electric. The Man United defence could not compete with him at all. He was just too quick for him.
Agreed, yeah, I agree. I mean, I thought first half an hour, I think United were actually quite good. I mean, they pressed high, they won the ball back well. Lukaku had a golden opportunity.
Open goal.
I mean, you can't really atone for those sort of errors, and they looked quite good early doors, playing quite narrow, shutting Spurs down in the middle. Took Spurs quite a while to get into the game, but I say once it got second half mainly, especially once Kane scored that header from the corner, they never looked back.
Well, 2 minutes later, it was 2-0.
2 minutes later, 2-0, and I'll be honest, could have been more. 3-0 didn't flatter them.
Ali missed a couple of chances.
Really could have been 4 or 5 at the end. United looked stale in attack. Didn't look like they could create a chance. They just keep going long, don't they? As soon as it goes wrong, Fellaini comes
2-0,
on.
Fellaini came on. That was it.
Hoofball. Just literally trying to play into the box every chance. They're not trying to play through the lines. And they got talented players. I don't know why they don't try.
Mourinho wanted a response. He's not got it. I couldn't be more happier.
Really couldn't be.
He's 3 points. They've leaked 7 goals.
In 3 games.
Combined, Man City and Liverpool conceded 5 less than that.
And you conceded 2, haven't they? Overall, and that's only City.
That's only City.
Exactly.
And they're the defensive team.
Top teams at the moment. I mean, City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea, all unbeaten.
3 attacking teams as well.
3 out of those 4 haven't lost yet.
Exactly.
City the only one who've dropped 2 points. So the top 4 of the supposed top 6 flying away, and then Arsenal and United stuck on 3 points already behind, and signs are ominous. I mean, if you had to make a prediction for the top 4 now, what would you say?
Probably Liverpool. Well, not in order, but Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Tottenham.
I'd agree.
Which I predicted at the start anyway.
I think United and Arsenal might miss out this year on that evidence, but no, great performance.
Well, I predicted a 3-1 win as well.
3-0,
unfortunately.
But yeah, the
drew on predictions, didn't we?
But at the end, at the end of the day, unfortunate for United, but great day for Spurs. Fully deserved, fully dominated, and can't say anything more than that. Congratulations to them.
Yeah,
and
congrats Spurs.
Well, United fans, what's the fix? What are you going to do? How does Mourinho solve it? Will it be Mourinho to solve it? That is the big question. Will he stay? Will he go?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Right, we'll see you later.
Yeah. So, final game of the weekend, and probably our game of the weekend by far. Fulham v Burnley now.
With goal this season.
Absolute goal of the season so far. So 4-2 to Fulham. First home win, first win of the season.
Made 5 changes.
5 changes, talk to me.
Well, it shows their depth, in my opinion. They got Sessegnon out. They took
Kamara
out, goalkeeper out, Adoy out.
And the McDonald came in.
And they won 4-2. So it shows their depth, but I am slightly concerned. I may think that could be because of a Burnley European hangover coming from Greece. So
And
you
lost.
never know. Lost as well.
3-1 never helps.
No.
Burnley at the moment, I'm sort of worried for them while they're playing in Europe. Similar, I mean, a different sort of time, but again, when Stoke were in Europe in 2011, we didn't win a game after we travelled on a Thursday night. We lost every single game after it.
You're not used to
Really
it, are you?
struggled. No, you can say what you want about, you can play in the league in the week and then the cup in the week and then the league, but it's a different journey having to travel abroad on a plane, foreign country, there and back. It takes it out of you travelling. Those everyone's been on holiday,
Yeah.
everyone knows. You're naturally more tired when you've been on holiday and
yeah.
travelling, and similar sort of deal for them. They won't be used to it. The club won't be used to it. Staff won't be used to dealing with it. Medical department. It's a completely new challenge for them. And if I'm honest, one of the best things for them at the moment after their start could be almost getting knocked out of Europe, not getting into it. I know it's not the best thing for Burnley, but if they want to stay in the Prem and have a better, get on a bit of a run, I feel like that's really going to help them, because if they're playing in Europe till Christmas and they're in the bottom three now, do you see them moving?
No.
I see them staying, to be honest.
Well, Burnley are known for their solid defence, aren't they? Didn't see that at all.
No.
At all yesterday. And then you've got, they conceded 25 shots, they conceded 4 goals. They're very poor in the air as well. Mitro got him peeled at the back stick with a nice little header.
And got in front of Tarski again and
Tarkowski.
for another one at the front post. And they just look vulnerable. They look tired, leggy, and Fulham just ran them ragged, really.
Yeah, they did.
Still conceded 2, sloppy goals. The first one, they've given the ball away in a ridiculous area, got counter-attacked on, and then the second one's just a set piece. So, again, but good for Fulham, and got to talk about goal of the season so far. Seri.
Picks it up, 25 yards out, would you say? Maybe 30?
Edge of the area.
And it just rises and rises, and it goes slightly in to that top corner.
Real throwback to Scholes Gerrard-esque strikes.
Some would say it when the top bins.
Top bins, just as we like it.
Yes.
Perfect. And great celebrations from Fulham as well, I've got to say. Some of them, they're not lying around putting their arm in the air.
No shearers out here.
No shearers. So, good goals, good celebrations, and, really happy for Fulham. Played well in the Championship last year. One of the best teams to watch, and hopefully that kickstarts their season.
They're playing attacking football, which might work against teams like Burnley, but you do wonder, will it work against teams like City? Will it work against teams like Liverpool, even Man
But
United?
then you look at Wolves.
They
had a go at Man City, and look how they did. So
it's true.
They're just as good a technical side. So you never quite know, and they brought in good quality. So.
Yeah, they have definitely.
And some previous Premier League experience with Schürrle. So they've done quite well in the window. Really pleased for them, and hopefully the kickstart. 'Cause I'd like to see them stay in the Premier League. If I'm honest, like to see them stay.
Yeah, I would as well. It's been Top 10 TV's Premier League review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, also subscribe.
Yep.
We'll see you later.
See you next week.